Hey Tenno, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll show you step by step how to craft your first amp and where to find the resources to build it. As usual, timestamps below to jump to the specific chapter. First, you will need to have completed the quest Sire's Vigil and the War Within. Start next to Konzu and head up the stairs to the side and you'll reach a door. It is locked to your frame but will open for your operator. Head inside and speak to the vendor. The vendor is Onko and represents the faction the Quills. This faction provides blueprints for parts to build a modular amp. To buy these blueprints, you will first need to increase your standing. The Quills Standing is increased with these sentient cores, but where to find them? Head over to the plains of Eidolon at night. You will encounter a type of enemy only found at night, the Vomvalis. These little guys come in two forms, the physical form and energy form. The physical form takes damage like usual, but when reduced to 0 it turns to its energy form. In its energy form it can only be damaged by the operator. So damage the physical form as usual and switch to the operator and destroy its energy form. You can use the Mote Amp or Sirocco Amp for this. When the energy form is killed, it always drops an intact sentient core. Farm this up and use them for standing with the quills. Occasionally when walking around the plains at night, you might encounter a giant boss monster. This is an Eidolon. If you completed the new war and want to take them on, check out my beginner's guide to Eidolons in the link above. Otherwise, leave them be for now. The quills have many amp parts, each unlocked as you increase in standing and rank with the faction. In this video, I'll demonstrate building an early beginner's amp using Raplap, Pencha and Klapkra. Each amp needs a prism, scaffold and brace. This amp is also known as the 111 amp. To understand what the amp code means and what are the best amps to get, check out my complete amp guide. For this video, we'll stick to the 111. Once you have enough standing, purchase one blueprint each. So you got the blueprints, now we need the materials to build it. I'll break down all the resources into a few categories. Firstly, the open world resources, Iradite, Grokdrul and Cetus Wisps. Then the mining resources, Tier Azurite, Ashadeva, Pyrotic Alloy. And lastly, fishing resources, fish oil, and Murkray liver. Iradite and Grokdrul are both found in the plains inside a breakable container. Iradite looks like this and Grokdrul looks like this. Grokdrul are usually found in Grineer camps. Iradite are commonly found everywhere in the plains. Each container usually gives 1 or 2 resources. It is pretty easy to find and collect, but here is a tip for it to be even faster. When you enter the plains, usually through the gates, the level of plains is usually set low, around level 10. Set your game to solo, speak to Konzu before entering, and start the highest bounty available to you. Don't worry, we don't need to complete the bounty. The plains will be set at a higher level, and for some reasons, the drops are increased. So an Iradite or Grokdrul container would start dropping more resources. To find Cetus Wisps quickly, first you need to build for Loot Radar. Loot Detector is an aura mod from Nightwave, and place the mod Thief's Wit for extra loot radar. Cetus Wisps are these little interactable resource, and they spawn around waterways and around ponds and lakes. These are the locations where Cetus Wisps can spawn. Either go around slowly in your archwing or bullet jump around the lakes. Keep an eye in the minimap for a loot marker. Look around for a tiny wisp. You need to approach the wisp to pick it up. Keep going round the lake and you can easily find enough for your first amp. Keep in mind, I have a resource booster here and usually only one wisp is picked up. That's it for the open world resources. Now we'll move on to mining and fishing materials needed. To start, you will need to be at least rank 2 with the Ostron. You can complete bounties, fish, mine or capture animals for the standing. The quickest method is through conservation, finding animals and capturing them. For a method to get Ostron standing fast, check out the link above. Starting with mining, for your first amp, you will only need the Nosum Cutter. Old Man Sumap sells the mining laser. All the ores and gems are common or uncommon, so the Nosum Cutter is enough. For higher series of amp parts, those will require the mining laser from Fortuna, as that is the only way to get rare ores and gems. For mining, the best place to go is the Twin Horns. There are many veins to find in this cave. Grineer inside can be bothersome, so try to deal with them first. Here is a tip for faster mining. Because the materials you need are all common, you do not actually need to play the whole mining minigame. Playing the minigame can increase the quantity and quality of the minerals gained, but because these are all common, there is no loss. Blasting the spots can yield less minerals, but there are so many more veins in this cave that it makes up for it. You need to get Pyrrole, Devar, and Azurite. Those are the unprocessed minerals. Head back to Old Man and get the blueprints for Pyrotic Alloy, Ashadevar, and Teazurite. You need to build these processed ores and gems in your foundry before being able to use to build your amp. That's it for mining. Now on to fishing. We only need one species of fish for our amp, the Murkray. You can get fish oil from all types of fishes, Murkray included, so head to High-Look and purchase the Lanzo fishing spear. There are 3 fishing spears, each one good for different species of fish. For Murkrays, we need the Lanzo. While we're here, get some luminous dyes as well as Murkray bait. Get a few baits and dyes so you don't have to go back to Cetus regularly. Murkray is considered a rare fish, and rare fish in the plains do not spawn unless there is bait. Murkrays can spawn during the day or night, so head into the plains and head right from the gate. There is a body of water to the right. This is an ocean. Right here. When you are here, you will need to find a fishing hotspot. You can tell there is a hotspot by finding ripples in the water. Those ripples look like this. Go along the coast of the ocean, looking out for the ripple hotspot. If you use your bait without a hotspot, no Murkrays will spawn. So you found a hotspot, equip your fishing spear, throw your bait and your dye. The dye helps show where the fishes are. Throw your spear and catch those fishes. Once you have 6 Murkrays, head back to High-Look and choose cut fish. This will give you the Murkray livers and also enough fish oil. That's it for fishing. Time to build in your foundry. Once you have all 3 components built, return to Onco and assemble the amp. The amp starts at rank 0, so time to level it up. Amp ranks similar to weapons and warframes. It gains affinity from kills it made and also bonus affinity from allies. There are 3 ways to get your amps leveled quickly. The most obvious way is to kill things with it. Head to Sanctuary Onslaught or Elite Sanctuary Onslaught and start killing. This is a surefire way, but can take a long time. Another way to increase your amp is by using your operator in Railjack. Before piloting the Railjack or operating a turret, switch to your operator. All enemies killed and affinity gain goes to your amp. This works for the forward artillery too. Now the fastest method, however, is with Elite Sanctuary Onslaught ESO with a friend nuking. A Sarin or a Mirage clearing waves and waves of enemies is common in ESO. You can switch out to Operator and the bonus affinity goes to your amp. Obviously this is the fastest, but it can be considered leeching by some. Now your amp is at rank 30. What next? Well, you need to keep progressing the rank with the quills to unlock more amp parts and gilding. Gilding an amp can unlock its true potential, give you mastery points, and also allow arcanes to be installed. Gilding is only unlocked at rank 3 with the quills, so you will need Eidolon shards which can only be obtained from defeating Eidolons. You can use your amp to hunt Eidolons with the link above. If you want to know more on amps, check out my complete guide to amps where I explain the amp code, show all the amp firing modes, and which are some of the best amps to use. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Share this video to anyone you think might enjoy this. Like and subscribe for more Warframe guides like this. Bye!